Alright, so I'm gonna show you my R1M.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Alright, so this is the baby that I've been trying to tame, or monster I would say. Very nice walk around of this bike. Looking at it through the GoPro screen is even prettier. Yup. So how do you like the R1M? So basically this R1M, what's different from the standard version of the R1 is that it comes with carbon fairings, you can see. So these are carbon fiber fairings. It's I would say about 80 to 90% carbon. There are some parts that are not carbon fiber, which is this part right here. Side panels here also, they are not carbon fiber. The tank wise, basically as you know, this is the aluminium, those silver color tank. For this is the air filter cover. This is a replacement of the original, but for this one at the back, this is a tank cover. That means the original tank is still below. So the rear hugger, if you have seen my Instagram, is also changed up. It's actually plastic, it's not carbon fiber. The swing arm is there's no cover. This is the one that I installed also on my Instagram. Yep, this side as well. This side is clearer. Slider or guard, fairing guard and stuff. You can get it from the original Yamaha. So yeah. Another thing is the electronic suspension. This suspension is actually it differs from the standard R1. The standard one is I believe it's just a mechanical suspension. This is the dashboard. It's pretty cramped if you ask me. There's not much space to actually put a lot of stuff here. So you can see I have my GoPro mount, my phone mount, and then basically that's it. Cannot really play much with the area here. So if I turn it on, this is the sex. I tell you, this is the sex. Damn son, this is what I always look forward to. So for the dashboard, I will just jump straight to the electronic suspension first. So this is basically the switch that you go with. If you roll it up, you can change it between the trip meters, fuel consumption, odometer, fuel average and stuff. All the details, the temperature is all here. And then if you were to press it in, it's pretty hard, this button here. So you press it in, hold, it will bring you to this manual right here. So this manual, I will just jump straight to there's a display mode, YRC setting, lap settings. You won't be able to go to logging, I'll get to that later. There's a maintenance, unique, wallpaper, I won't be able to cover all of them today. I'll just go with some of the basic ones. So the YRC setting is basically the place where I'm able to change the settings of the the power, traction control, slide control. There's a launch control, quick shifter, lift control, basically or empty wheelie. And then going to the last one, ERS, that's the electronic electronic something suspension. I couldn't remember what is it. ERS is basically the electronic suspension. So basically A1 being for track use, A2 also track, and A3 is like more of road use. So you won't get to see this in the standard R1. So going back. So when you switch it on, damn son, isn't that pretty? So yeah, and lastly, most importantly, the difference of the standard R1 and the R1M if you have seen some of them, they have this data logger, which is called the CCU. Don't get mixed up with the ECU. ECU is the engine control unit, I believe, which is to control all the electrical components such as the slide control, traction control and stuff, which is like the brain. But for this CCU, this CCU is basically the communications control unit, which is actually located here. I've changed this off to the rear seat because there's no need for a CCU right now. It's more of track usage. It's basically a data logger, like a GPS that is included here. Then you can connect it to the wire underneath, which is able to track your track data information, able to set the start line on the GPS so that they are able to track your lap times on the track, when they start the lap, when they end the lap and stuff. So yeah, that's basically the main difference of the R1M and the standard R1. So I believe that thing right there is able to track your speed, your gear, basically everything about your track data. Whether your lean, I believe you can track your lean angle as well. So that is the main difference. If you ask me, in Singapore, R1M is not very practical, more of the track usage. Even the R1 standard one is not very practical already. But yeah, for track bikers, we all love bikes, that's why we got them. If you are, some of you have asked me whether if I want to re-wrap my bike. I don't think I'll be wrapping this bike. This is exclusively for the R1M only, for this pattern, the decals, the sticker and all. If you get the standard one, you won't be getting such beautiful yeah, fairings. So it'll be a waste to wrap it up now, unless I scratch it up or damage it in some way. Then I will wrap it with something I like. Okay, what other questions you guys have for me? Let me check. Can it power wheelie? Definitely you can on this bike, man, but you will have to switch off the lift control, because the lift control is basically the one that is limiting the bike. When it detects that the front wheel is actually lifted off the ground, it will cut off the power from the rear wheel, so that it will not let the bike wheelie. If you turn it off, definitely you can wheelie, but I'm not going to do that because I don't know how to, and yeah, it's not cheap of a bike. Max speed. Basically, the previous owner of this bike have tested the max speed of this bike. Is on the dashboard is 299, but I don't know whether if this bike is able to go more than 299. Probably on the speed dash is 299, but actual speed could be go up to 300 or maybe 310. I don't know. How about you guys get one and try and let me know, huh? Cruise control, yeah, someone asked me if there's cruise control here. So if you see on the what's this called, the handlebar controls here, this is the menu, the start, engine card. For the controls here is basically the mode. This is where you choose your mode A, B, C or D. This is to change your power settings, like your power, your traction control, you want it to be less or more and stuff, up and down. This is lights and this is signal, horn. So there is no cruise control. Oh, there's one more. This is basically your the high beam, low beam, and then there's lap here. I'm not too sure what's lap, but I believe this is like a lap timer or something you use on track to end the lap or start the lap. So you don't see any cruise control on this, unlike the BMW S1000RR. So yep, unfortunately no. For suspension wise, oh yeah, I forgot to mention, only the R1 comes with Öhlins suspension, like you can see here. If it's a standard R1, it doesn't come with Öhlins. It comes with Öhlins only in the R1M edition. I've ridden this bike about a few rides, and I feel that the suspension can be quite hard, although the mechanic told me that it's already at the softest suspension settings. I might have to play around. No leh, I tried playing with, I've set the electronic suspension to A3, which is for road usage, but it still seems pretty hard to me, so I'm not too sure. It feels very tough, bumpy, not very smooth like a road bike. Yeah, so I might have to get back to you on that. How hot can it get and how nimble? For this bike, I tell you, it can get really very hot. But you won't feel the heat. You will only feel the heat after about 20 minutes or 30 minutes of riding. Then you can start to feel it when you stop at the traffic. But if you end your ride, but if you are riding and then you have the wind blowing at you, right? You won't be able to feel the heat, so no problem at all. You will only be able to feel the heat when you stop at traffic lights or if you end the ride. Wow. When you end the ride in a car park, like a multi-story car park, that's when you really feel the heat, man, I swear. And it's gonna be really hot, you'll be sweating and stuff. Not too fun, man. Nimble. U-turn on this bike can be pretty scary. If you are traveling at a slow speed, it's still quite able to move. You're still able to maneuver the bike, but it's still pretty scary lah, because the turning radius of this handlebar is actually not a lot, like you've seen in my rides. So you will have to get used to it. But U-turn, you might have to, you might have to adjust your riding technique or during the U-turns. So why I say about U-turns is scary is because when you are, this is the full lock on the R1, no matter standard or R1M is the same. So it's not a lot of turning radius, and when you hit the end right here, your arms are basically stuck and jammed by this tank here. So you might have to raise your arm a little bit to throttle and then do a U-turn. So it might get a bit awkward at first, but you'll get used to it, and you have to go very slow. And the throttle control, you really have to be very good at it. If not, you'll be joking, and then if you fuck up, then yeah, good luck to you. So this is the part is different from standard road street bike. Here is definitely a blockage, so you will have to be very careful when you do a U-turn. Yeah. Now when it comes to exhaust, this is definitely not given. Acra. You wish. The stock exhaust is basically like any standard R1. It's still the same, the silver color. Yeah, the sound is pretty boring one. So a lot of them, they actually have slip-ons. For R1s, if you've seen me remove my exhaust, it's pretty easy to remove. Just have to remove a few screws on here. It's basically a slip-on. So once you remove the screws, you can just slip it off and change the exhaust back to the stock. You will still have the catalyst here. This catalyst is basically road compliance to actually the combustion thing to make it road legal. A lot of them, they actually change the full system wise is more tedious and troublesome, because there is basically I think O2 sensors on the exhaust right there, so you have to remove all that sensitive sensors. So you don't have to touch that catalyst, you'll leave it there. And if you want to change your exhaust, it's pretty easy, just slip on will do. If there's anything that I missed out, let me know. I'll get back to you probably in the next video, or I'll just PM you. I can't really give you a full review for now. I've only ridden this for quite a while, and a lot of you have been asking me a lot about the R1M. So just give you a brief one first. For the dashboard, I've yet to really experience like the... it's pretty hard, one hand. Yeah, I've yet to experience everything on the dashboard, so I don't dare to give you a thorough review yet. Storage space under the seat or under this rear seat right here, forget about carrying anything. Yeah, you won't be able to carry a single shit on this bike. You might probably want to get a tank bag, which I've got. I maybe can do a review on that. It's an Oxford T30R from Revzilla. Yet to include that. Yeah, tank grips not given. I've included these tank grips myself. So yeah, so unlike the road bike or 400X or whatever bikes I have previously with all the side panels, this bike you basically can't carry anything. Brake lever guards. This one is a light tech lever guard. You will have to install it yourself, or whatever lever guard you like best, you can just install it, no problem. Doesn't come with it. You will see these little stringy things. Basically these are connected to the electronic suspensions. On the standard R1s you won't be seeing all this. So yeah, doesn't matter much to me, doesn't hinder my rides. So I hope you like this walk around or review. I'm sorry that I couldn't give you a full review. I will let you know further along the way, and I hope you will subscribe to my YouTube channel. You see, oh my god, you see my shadow, cleaning my sweat, right? It's still pretty hot. Weather is hot, bike is hot. Yeah, this is what I do for you guys, man. Please subscribe, like, comment this video, whatever you need to do. Follow my Instagram, because most of my things, videos and stuff I post on Instagram. So yeah, I hope you like it. See you in the next video, and ride safe, stay wacky.